Hey Triskells, it's Brent here with another tutorial on time. In this particular video, we're going to kind of investigate how this clock works and get our seconds up and running, our seconds hand, which is this one just here. Alrighty, so let's get stuck into it. Now, the way that this clock works is like this. If you click on your stage, and you'll see that I've got a block of code in here, and it says when the green flag is clicked. Okay, so when this green flag here is clicked forever, this means I want it to do this forever. I want it to wait the clock speed seconds, so that would be at the moment that decimal number. If I drag that all the way up there, that'd just be 1, so it'd be wait 1 second, and then call. I want you to say or broadcast a message that is called add second. So what this does, this broadcast message, it's a little bit like morning meeting. Okay, so when someone at morning meeting has something to say, they will say it so everybody can hear it. Now, the people who aren't at morning meeting won't hear that message. Okay, so they won't hear it and they won't get the instruction of what to do. But for the people who are at morning meeting, they will have heard that message and they will know what to do. So right now, this is like me at morning meeting, calling out to everyone saying, hey, add second. But maybe no one's at morning meeting yet and no one has heard me. So we need to get some people to morning meeting. So let's do that, okay? So if we go over to our second hand, which is this blue one here, and on our clock face, it's that long, long blue one. Let's go to our second hand, and we want our second hand to come to morning meeting, okay? So we're gonna get our second hand to do that. So if I go to my events category here, and I can look down this list and head to when I receive the message add second. Yes, second hand, I want you to go to morning meeting. So our second hand is now at morning meeting and is listening to my add second event. Great. So what needs to happen now is I need to actually add that second to our seconds here. So this variable here, if we look at our variables, I've got clock hours, which is this one just here. I'll double click it, see, clock hours, there it is. This one here is our minutes, and this one is our seconds, okay? So they're all ticked. So there's our clock seconds. If I double click that, it'll show you that it's 0. So we need to change that value. We need to add a second, so we need to do exactly what this is saying. So to do that, we can grab a changed block. We don't want to change his pause because that's not going to do anything. We want to change the seconds. We want to change the seconds by 1. And check that out. Our hand has just started moving. That's a little bit spooky. It's going pretty slow. So 8, 9, 10. Now the cool thing is if we go back to the stage, and the reason I put this wait block for clock speed is you can speed this up a little bit. So we can actually increase the speed right up there, and boom. So that's looking pretty good. Oh, but there's a problem. Did you notice something about our clock? It goes around, but it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I hope you know how many seconds are in a minute. Well, if you don't, I'll tell you right now. There are 60 seconds in a minute, so I'm going to stop that. So what needs to happen is every time we get to 60 seconds, we need to get to reset our seconds back to 0. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back to our add second block here. And what we'll do is we'll get another a control event here. So we're going to go control. We're going to say if. Okay. And we're going to get a greater than control block here. So that's the one with the little arrow pointing to the right, okay? So the greater than symbol, it's got the wider opening to the bigger value, okay? So we want to say if our clock seconds is bigger than 59 seconds, so that'll just make it, it's got to be bigger, so not equal to, it's got to be bigger than 59 seconds, which will be like 60 and more. We want to set our clock seconds back to 0. So let's do that. Let's set, not is pause, but our clock seconds back to 0. So let's test that out now. If we do that, we'll restart our clock. Let's coming all the way around. See, it's nice and quickly now, so it's going to, and then you expect this to head to 0, and it did. See that? It got there. It got to 59. If I slow that down, so you can really see this happening now. I'll slow it right down. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and back to 0, okay? Because that just means that we've completed one full loop of our clock, and the process continues, okay? That's going to be it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're going to actually make our minute hand work as well. I'll catch you then.